I have fun with it. Like, to be honest with you, I have fun with it. I enjoy doing this. I enjoy sitting down and just having really good conversations with different people.
Right.
Like, I get people all the time that say, "Oh, I would love to come talk about my journey or talk about XYZ, but I'm not famous enough to come on the podcast." Like, what do you think I am?
Curious, yeah. I have like 1,500 followers, and you don't need to. People want to see the people that don't have 10,000 followers. In all honesty, because you're more real.
Yeah.
So I'm not buying mine. I'm growing it organically.
Yeah, and it's tough. And it's tough to do that, though.
Yes, it is. I
It's tough to
bust my
do that.
ass every day. I talk to people, whether I'm in the coffee shop or I go food shopping. I'm like, "Hi,
Yeah.
what's your name?"
But that's how you have to put yourself out there. You have to put yourself out there. You have to talk to people. You have to just be personable. You know, it comes down to just being a good human because energy attracts. You know, if I'm a shitty human being and I'm a miserable person to be around, first off, nobody's going to want to be around me.
Of course.
And second off, no one is going to take me seriously when it comes down to like the business side of things.
Yeah.
Like, am
No
I going
one's going to want to work with you. They're
Exactly.
Turned
Like,
off, the energy's going to shift.
Am I going to, like, let's say we have 2 videographers that can shoot the exact same thing. They do a phenomenal job. You know, you're in good hands, and, you know, we're making it personal to me, but you know, you're in phenomenal hands as a company. You know, they're both going to do an amazing job, but one is a misery to be around, and the other one is good energy, good vibes, and high vibrational energy.
Yeah.
Who are you going to want to have go to your event?
The high vibrational energy.
Yeah, you don't want miserable man coming in like, oh,
Especially
great.
Nobody wants that like on their wedding day or a huge day for them, right?
Yeah, well, luckily I don't shoot many weddings. I don't do that.
Oh, God bless you. I do a lot of them. But I'm subcontracted out, so I don't really have to deal with all the nonsense. I go in, I do the makeup, I make them look pretty, and then I leave.
I heard the money that you could make shooting weddings as a videographer, like,
It's
just
insane.
Yeah, like 6,000-7,000 a clip just for a couple of hours of work, and you know, then of course that's 25% of the job, and the remainder of the job is actually editing and giving all the deliverables.
Well,
that
and they
you
want
agree
it that
on.
night.
Oh, no, they want it the minute they
wanted
kiss.
it a week later, and they actually in a contract, if you ever decide to do it, you have to stipulate in there like they're not going to get it for at least 2 months.
Yeah.
Because they want everything so cut and like raw, and then they're pissed when they get it, and they're like, wait, we didn't ask for this, but yes, you did. You hounded me.
Yeah.
So a lot of times videographers are like, they add it in their contracts now because they just don't even want to be bothered with it.
It's tough. It's tough because of the relatability of the content. So somebody that gets married on a Saturday, they want to be able to reminisce and
they want to post it 2 hours later.
Yeah, they want to be able to show it off and do this and that, and that's fine. But you're taking that creative drive away from that individual. Yeah. So the longer you give us, and I'm not saying that like the longer is going to be better in all aspects, but if you give us a couple of weeks at minimum, a month, 2 months to sit down, edit a little bit each day, and then go away.
You'll get a better product.
Every single time I do that, every single time I sit down for an edit, I have a vision for something, I do the edit, I sit there, I look at it all, I do it, I go like this, okay, good, that's enough for today. Right. I go back to it a couple days later, I look at it, I go, I don't love that. And I change a couple things out, and now it flows better.
Right.
As opposed to me just going, oh shit,
that's how creative minds work, and people don't understand. We could be creative in moments, and then we need a minute, and then we're creative again, and it's like we change that vision maybe 3 or 4 times. You can't change creativity. It has to just happen when it happens to us.
Plenty of times that I've had no drive all day to do any editing, to do no creative work, to just sit there, veg out because my brain's off. And then all of a sudden, it's so strange. Yeah. All of a sudden, I'll just be laying in bed.
And you're getting up.
And it'd be like right when I'm going to sleep sometimes. And I'll be like,
you're like, fuck.
Yo, that's
Are we allowed to curse on here?
Oh yeah, curse away.
Are we on?
Oh, we're on. We've been on.
Okay.
I'll be like, yo, that's a banger.
Yeah.
And I'll sit there, I'll start chopping shit up, and I'll cruise through it. Yeah. It doesn't take me any extra effort to get to the point that I want. I'll just be like, holy shit, everything just makes sense. I feel like, what was it when he's counting cards? When all the math
all
is
the
in front of
numbers,
him?
and he's like, I got it. Yeah, no.
I got this shit. It's so easy. And then other days you're just sitting there, you're like, you do 10 seconds of an edit and you look at it and you're like, oh my God, I have another like 50 seconds to edit. And this took hours.
Yeah. When something comes to my mind, especially if I want to run it for the month or whatever, or a promo or just like a vision that I have for one of the girls that I help, I'm like, I call them at midnight, text them at 11. I'm like, I know this is the work line, but this needs to be said now. Yeah. And they're like so happy about it. Like, oh my God, it's such a good idea.
It's weird. It's so, the brain is such an interesting thing. I've been listening to a lot of podcasts on brain health and the way to just keep yourself not only in the moment, but sharp.
Like stimulation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So one of the crazy facts, I mean, I know that I have a lot of friends that smoke marijuana.
That shit scares me. I just started with an oil pen. It's starting to help.
Yeah,
But
be careful.
The weed thing is, no.
So I'll tell you this.
You're paranoid as shit.
Oh yeah, no, I'm good on that.
I'll
So
start seeing things.
I've smoked probably 10 times in my life. I'm really not into not being in control of my body. And now I'll have people that smoke and they'll be like, "Oh no, that's not how it is." Like, this isn't
Good for you.
Yeah, this isn't a personal dig.
Yeah.
Like, it's not. If you choose to do things like smoke,
Right.
and it really helps you, and you believe that it helps
You want to be Cheech and Chong all day? That's good for you.
enjoy. Like best off. But for me, I don't enjoy the feeling of floatiness or just feeling off. Especially because I had Kenji with the seizures. Shit like that. Like, I got to be on top of my game. I can't have something that's going to give me more anxiety.
Oh my God, yeah.
While I'm trying to keep all those levels down. So
I'm a sober Sally now. My friends are like, "What's
Yeah.
wrong with you?" I'm like, well, I'd like to get up, feel good. I like to not be foggy.
yeah.
I know you've been dealing with some health shit yourself. I got diagnosed with Crohn's at 23, so I've been dealing with that. And then recently I got diagnosed with some hormone issues. Coming off birth control is a bitch. I was on it for a very long time and
Good
made
for
me
you
crazy.
coming off of it. Good for you.
But, even that brings out more problems and issues.
Get up on that mic. You're good. You're good.
It brings out more problems and issues and shit like that. So I've been dealing with some stuff too. And smoking and drinking and all that stuff gives me way worse anxiety the next day instead of just being straight edge, reading a book, going for a walk, listening to a podcast, stuff like that. I hate it.
You get fuzzy. You feel edgy. You feel like, you just like feel like
On
you're
edge.
not
Yeah,
all
yeah.
there. And then, as far as drinking goes, I told you before, and I've told it to a lot of people, I gave up social drinking.
Yeah.
I'm good on it. Like, it doesn't do anything for me. And that dude, Bedros Koulian, who I post a lot, he's
Right.
that entrepreneur. He fed that in my mind more than anybody.
All of them do. I think Joe Rogan doesn't drink, right? Or he used to and he stopped.
I think he drinks still. He
Who's the
I know
other?
he
Ed
drinks whiskey.
Millett. I
Ed
love
Millett,
him. Most of them. Anybody
There's a lot of Hollywood actors that don't drink anymore because they understand that it has more negatives than even potential positives.
Yeah.
Like for me, every time I drink, my boy Tyler and I, we'd go out, we'd go get like a cheap meal, we'd go get some steak dinner, stuff like
Right.
that. And we're like, oh yeah, we're gonna go out later on, have a few drinks, hang out, try to like meet some girls, whatever. I mean, I'll have like an old fashioned at dinner. I'm like unconscious. By the time they're giving us the check, I'm like, why am I
One
so
dirty martini, I'm like crawling.
like, why am I so tired? And I'm not even drunk. I'm just like, I'm tired.
Your serotonin levels aren't agreeing with it. We've detoxed.
Yeah.
It's
So
like, fuck you.
And that was, that was even a couple of months before when I was still having a couple beers, when I play Xbox, do different things. But listening to all these entrepreneurs, listening to all these guys and women and everybody, just staying on your game and just being present in the moment.
Yeah.
You have a couple of drinks the next day. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter who you are. Like you're off. You're a little foggy.
Yeah.
You may not get up the same time. And that's going to decrease my productivity and get me where I'm going slower.
Yeah.
So for me, I wake up every morning, 6 a.m., get right to the gym. I get up at 5 a.m. I get to the gym at 6 a.m., do my thing, like work out, get a good sweat going. Then I'll do jujitsu later in the day and stuff like that. All of these things are just like keeping my mind sharp. I'm going to use some type of a product or vice. I love the word vice because it's so true. It's like they want you to become dependent on these things as, no, you need this to relax. No, you need this as a social lubricant to be able to speak to people. No, you don't. You really don't.
Right.
Be
You just need to
comfortable-
start your day right.
Exactly. Be comfortable and confident with yourself.
Yeah.
I'm going to say two things.
Okay.
I'm going to go back to the marijuana thing because it was a study that, what is his name? Oh my God. It was the podcast that I was listening to the other day. I posted a clip from it in the morning. He's a doctor that specializes.
Oh, I saw it. I don't know his name though.
I saved it. I always save them. Let's see. Which one is it? God, I screenshotted a lot of shit yesterday.
It's because you were conscious enough to. There was no vice.
I felt it. Dr. Daniel Amen.
Yeah.
So he was talking about things that age your brain the fastest. And the fastest thing that ages your brain is schizophrenia. The second, right behind schizophrenia, is marijuana.
Really?
Yep.
Oh yeah. Didn't he say it like brings on Alzheimer's earlier and stuff like that?
It brings on a lot of different issues, and it can create, I believe Huberman was talking about it on his podcast, it can create psychosis or develop psychosis later on with long-term use. I mean, I have friends that can't get through a day without smoking at least 2-3 times.
Oh, I know. We know the same ones.
It's crazy to me.
I know. And it's like every hour on the hour.
Yeah,
it's
like, oh, roll up another one. I mean, when I was shooting Bronson smokes a lot too. He was doing dabs
Abs are crazy.
After his workout, I'm like, bro, goddamn, like this is heavy shit, man. You just worked out.
Yeah.
So, it's insane to me that these things that are now being normalized because pot was forbidden for so long, but now they're normalizing it, and
they're trying to kill us.
You wonder why. Like, why are you all of a sudden, besides the tax dollars and all the money and revenue that they'll make off of this substance, why? My opinion, y'all can think I'm crazy. You could think that I'm,
well, we have our conspiracy theories. What is it? I probably agree with you.
Tinfoil hat. But in my opinion, it's just to keep everybody high, stupid, and slow.
Yeah.
Not to see and understand what's actually going on in the world.
Yeah.
The things that are actually moving at a rapid pace where plans of government agencies and things that they do against the people to keep everybody at that peasant level, they would do it at a slow rollout. They would do things at a 10-decade type of a rollout. Now, because information is spread so quickly through TikTok, through social media, through people talking, they're so quick to deem somebody crazy for questioning something. However, the plans move at a couple of month basis.
Yeah.
I mean, it's insane how quickly things start to plan out. You're like, holy shit, what's going on? I mean, you don't even get a second to process everything that's going.
Yeah, I agree.
So yeah, so that's my crazy thing on vices, substances. I'm good on all that. I just I work out, I sweat in the morning.
Yeah.
I roll around with grown men trying to choke me out on the mats.
Yeah, jiu-jitsu is one hell of a thing, man. God bless you.
Yeah.
It's a very structured situation that you're in.
Yeah.
You gotta really.
I just wanted to do something new. I was looking at things. I play pickleball every now and then.
Pickleball.
Now. It's fun.
You play with Randall? Randall the Scandal?
No. Who's that?
Lala's ex-husband.
Oh.
Do you watch any of those crazy for Scandival and all them?
Oh, no.
The guy with no chin. He used to make these really bad movies, really, really bad movies. And
really?
Yeah, now he's getting I don't know, going to jail for something. But yeah, right. He had a pickleball court.
Okay.
Yeah.
I play with my buddy Matt. My buddy Matt owns Tier.
Okay.
I can't even call it a swimsuit company anymore because he's doing athletics. He's doing shoes now.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, he's sponsoring a lot of the athletes that are with Rain.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he does an amazing job. His headquarters over in Farmingdale. Matt's dope.
Oh, wow.
So we play together, and then I'm trying to get a couple of my other friends together with it. It's just something different. I wanted to do something different. I was tired of just going to Bevs. I love Bevs.
Of course. You need to switch it up, though.
Been the home gym since 2012.
Yeah, I did have 45 for a month, 2 months.
That's fun.
Yeah, and I'm like, now let me back in my playground in the gym, so I go do my own thing. But it was nice for 2 months. I switched it up, I had someone else tell me what to do, which is nice.
It's nice to be able to turn your brain off and just do things. I don't want, today we were doing, at the OG training, we did, what did we do? We did, we had the frog legs. So you put your legs together and then you put them up on a bench and then you keep your legs totally sprawled out and then you just do a glute raise with a dumbbell on top. I don't want to do that shit, but
the girls do, not me.
I told all the girls in front of me, I said, nobody make eye contact with me. Don't do it. Don't even look at me. Don't.
They're going to see how you thrust.
Yeah, I've never been more vulnerable right now. Don't make eye contact.
You're a Virgo, so you're good.
Yeah, exactly. So it's nice to be able to just turn the brain off, go do something. And then I wanted to do other things. I have a close group of friends.
So do I.
I have a close group of friends.
I have two, actually. I have the group that's married with kids, so I'm the best aunt and fun. I see them a few times a year. And then I have the other ones that are business builders, entrepreneurs. I travel with them, and they're huge influencers, and they show me the life that I want to be around. And it's nice to have both because I could see I'm not really into having a family. I'm 32. The marriage thing, when you're an entrepreneur at our age bracket, it's unless I meet somebody that can be an asset to me, I don't need it. So I have my friends that have that. So when I'm bored, I'm okay, maybe I need to be an aunt and be around family and I can give their kids back and I love them. And then I have my friends that are like us and it's great because you grow a lot more that way. You meet a lot more people.
Yeah, and you get to learn a lot about yourself and what you do and what you do. Yeah,
they don't drink. We all work out. Yeah, we see things. We do things. We go to nice dinners now and enjoy it. We don't get sloppy. It's yeah.
It's
see things.
It's
together.
A very interesting transition as you understand what you want and what you want to get out of life and what you have to do to get those things out of life. Yeah. Not going out and doing
feel very lonely
things
sometimes.
Yes, it can without question be lonely.
Yeah.
But I'd rather be lonely than in ill company.
Right. Or faking it.
Yeah.
Or
because
being
there's-
an
how many people
imposter.
do you know that are faking
Oh,
the
every day.
happiness?
Every day I see it.
You look on a post on somebody like on a story, they're like, "Oh my God, I love my boyfriend. I love my
Meanwhile,
girlfriend so
I'm like,
much."
no,
Meanwhile,
you
you're
don't.
like,
I saw you yesterday at the gym. You're
I've
gonna
seen those.
kill him.
I've seen those fucking fights. I
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
y'all just be scrapping
Yeah.
on a daily basis.
Some
and
of
this
them don't
is-
even look at each other when they're out. You ever see that? When you go out now to
yeah.
eat, even if I grab like a quick lunch, I'm like, I don't ever want to do that and be that. I want to be like this with somebody, like just gab and like go back and forth, talk.
Okay.
It's right.
So, so I had an ex who was like all over me constantly,
I had that too.
texting me nonstop,
Up
like
my
just,
ass.
oh my God, it's just like nonstop, and it was exhausting, and it was exhausting behavior, and I feel like those are the types of behaviors you see more nowadays,
Oh,
and
100%.
because of those behaviors, you are then forced when you're actually together to be together, but you're not present.
Oh yeah.
You're mentally elsewhere because all day, hey, what are you doing? How was your morning? What's going on? Blah, blah,
My
blah.
last ex was from Connecticut. I met him on Bumble. He was sending me houses 3 months into it, telling me he loved me. I met his son, mom. I'm like, yo,
Easy.
up my ass, like up my
Wow.
ass. He wanted me to take over his BMW. I'm like, hold the pole, Joey
Relax.
Pepperoni, slow down. My mom and dad are like, yo, don't buy the car, don't sign nothing.
No.
He saw this independent. It's very hard too. Like I'm independent, and for me to let the dominant male, energy come in. It's hard to find that. It's very, very hard to find that. I don't know if they get intimidated. I don't know if it's like overwhelming or whatever, but I don't need anything from anybody. I need a partner, someone who's going to be an asset to me. Grind it out.
Complimentary.
Yeah, not like controlling the shit out of me where I can't even go pee alone or wants me to go like be barefoot and naked, pregnant somewhere. I'm like, no, let's date for a little while, get to know each other, be best friends, and
everyone's
I'm not slowing down. so.
Everyone's rushing because like the ship is going down, which
Why? Because society says so?
Well, because and I feel like they feel as though they should be with somebody no matter what.
Yeah.
A lot of people haven't been alone.
Mm-mm.
They've either jumped relationship to relationship. They've been up their significant other's ass constantly.
Oh, yeah.
On a.
Or they break up, make up.
Well, yeah, because the rapport is there and it's easy. It's easy to just go back and fuck somebody that you knew.
Of course, yeah.
Versus having to go find somebody new. And it's like, oh, well, they don't know how I like this, or they don't know me like that, and I don't want to.
I changed.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
It's exhausting. I'd rather be alone.
Yeah.
So, and I want to get back to that. So she would constantly hit me up, constantly, like it'd be like nonstop. So she goes
Like
on,
every 5 minutes hit you up?
it's just exhausting. It was just like a,
Yeah.
it was like an hourly.
It was
check-in.
another job.
Yeah, and I don't need that.
Yeah.
I'm busy with shit. I have so many people hit me up in a day, and this isn't like a flex. This
No,
isn't like
it's not at all.
This isn't I'm so cool and popular. It's just like my brain goes in 5 million places in a
Yeah.
day. I can't sit here and like hold your hand the entire
I can't
day.
baby you.
Yeah, I'll see you later. We'll make plans. We'll do things. This and
Let's
that.
talk about it over dinner.
Exactly. And then I'll actually have things to tell you, like,
Yeah.
oh, I did an amazing podcast today, blah, blah, blah,
Right.
stuff like that. So anyway, she goes on vacation. She goes on vacation, and she was on the plane, which was the longest period of time that I probably haven't spoken to her.
How long was the flight?
3 hours, like Florida. That was Florida. So she goes to a
shit.
vacation, and she texts me right when she lands. She just goes, "I miss you," and I went,
That's
okay.
great.
I'm like, okay. She just goes, do you not miss me? I go, can you give me like a day to maybe miss you? I'm like, just give
Distance
me,
makes the heart go
I'm
fonder.
like, just give me a few to add. I don't like, I saw you like 3 hours ago.
Right.
You were talking to me. You talked my ear off about people in the TSA line. Give me a couple minutes to actually miss you. Because if I don't, you don't give me any time.
You're right.
Because we're always connected.
Yeah.
Fucking Instagram, you're sending memes to your significant other
Yeah, it
all
was too
fucking
much.
day.
Same
And
with
this-
me.
It's like, holy shit, just give me 5 minutes alone.
Yeah.
So that's the issue with that. I'd prefer to
It's
have
an attachment style.
Exactly. So like I'd prefer, like I said 3 times, I'd prefer to be alone. And so many people to circle right back to that.
Yeah.
So many people haven't been alone. They haven't experienced what it's like to have to sit with your own thoughts, to have to actually be by yourself. Read.
How am I going to make my rent? How am I going to
Yeah.
pay my bills?
Yeah, and they don't, to do some self-development, read a book. Like, what can I do to better myself? Oh shit, I'm getting a little thick. Like you have to make these mental adjustments and how I'm going to better myself. But instead, they're just looking for somebody to fill a void of loneliness and unhappiness within themselves. Where if you just go fix everything on yourself, you'll be happy with or without somebody.
I think therapy is great. I mean, I went back about a year ago. I took care of my grandma for 5 years. She had Alzheimer's. Prior to that, a little bit about my background is I've been a medical esthetician for 15 years. and I went into business with someone who was a devil in sheep's clothing. I thought she was a mentor. She was older than me.
I've heard that before.
Put up 25 grand. And I mean, I was signing shit. I probably could have been sent away. I didn't go to school for business. I didn't know what I was signing. She had a doctor and there was injecting, shit, cement in people, partnering with just scum people. So I walked away from a dream and all of it. And my mom calls me right before I did that. And she goes, listen, your grandma's really sick. I need you to move in and take care of her. So I became a CNA, her hospice nurse. Taking care of someone who is withering away and becoming a vegetable teaches you a lot about life. So I walked away from that. I was in a really, really dark place. It was like 100 pounds soaking wet. My Crohn's was acting up. And I never wanted to touch skin or do anything again. And my grandma, when she was my grandmother, in the moment she was, would be like, Stephanie, why aren't you doing what you love? And then that's when a school had reached out to me to come back right before COVID to teach. And then that's where I came into my business after that. So it was really, like a shock. I learned a lot. I really, really did. It's crazy.
Caring for somebody that's elderly
Yeah.
and experiencing disease in all of its forms, not just in, somebody that's old.
Any of it.
Cancer. My dad has MS. So
my godmother does too. God bless you.
yeah,
Sorry.
it's okay. I mean, listen, I've known my father that way since I was a baby.
Right.
I haven't known him any other way.
Right.
So I've unfortunately have just seen it progress.
Yeah.
So he was always sick. He always was not stable on his feet.
Right. He was never the dad that played basketball with you.
Yeah, and I had said that on a previous clip. I had said that was one of the things that I was always upset about, and even to this day, it hits you in the heart a little bit. I always wanted the dad that can be active with me and teach me things and this and that. And it's nothing against him. He was an iron worker as he had MS, and he would go 10 bar after he got done from iron working all day.
Yeah.
So he was always on his feet, and as it progressed and got worse, not only did it progress in his physical state, but his mental state.
100%.
He was more miserable to be around. We'd fight a lot. He was a nasty.
He became resentful.
He was just nasty. And I love my dad. I do. But he's more of a friend than he is a father to me.
Yeah.
My mom was always my mom and my father.
Yeah.
And because of that, I was able to develop and have somewhat of a level head because of her and my grandfather, who I always wear his necklace with me. Her father, my grandfather Sal.
Yeah.
He basically raised me because my mom was a self-made, just doing her own thing, entrepreneur, working, nose to the grindstone type of individual. So, watching my father basically wither away in the chair, and he's still around, he's still doing his thing, but now his left arm doesn't work as well. He was talking to me about it recently. Like he's fading. Like he's fading. So it teaches you a lot about how you have to appreciate what you have in life and how you have to understand that it could all be taken away from you like that.
Yeah.
You really need to give 120% every day. This isn't a motivational thing.
No.
This isn't like I'm trying to amp and rally the troops. This is a real life fucking thing. You could get sick tomorrow and you could never walk again. And you'd be like, damn, I skipped the gym all these years. I didn't want to do this. I didn't take care of myself. I ate all that sugar. I knew I shouldn't have. I had IBS or Crohn's or whatever. And I just never.
I've had to adapt over and over and over. And I took the jump and did my business. And listen, if I died tomorrow, I'm leaving with a name and doing what I love. So I'm okay with it.
So now let me ask you this on the Crohn's. Have you done fasting?
So, you mean intermittent fasting?
Not even intermittent, like a couple of day fasts here and there?
No, so I was so sick that I almost died. I was 110 pounds in the hospital at 23. I was underneath the wrong care in Brookhaven. Fuck them. Sorry.
Fuck most medical doctors. I'm good
for
on
like
most
7-8 years. They had me on tons of different medicines. And then I got really, really sick right before COVID. My uncle Jay McGowan, who's actually a pro bodybuilder. I don't know if you've ever seen him. He's at Profit. He was really sick with ulcerative colitis, almost died as well. This guy, Dr. Zinkin, shout out to Dr. Noah Zinkin, he saved our lives.
Shout out.
I love him.
Shout out, Doc.
He's a private practice, and he's in Huntington Atrium, if anybody needs help with it. He saved my life. Yeah, he saved my life. I would not be here today. I'm on Stelara every 8 weeks, and some people need, biochemicals to inject in their body and some don't. I tried the holistic route. It's very expensive. It's very time consuming. And at that time when I was building my business and making all these changes, wasn't the right time. I'm now in remission for it. And I thank him every day for it. But I had to adapt. I had to, at 23, I was like, not overweight, but I was so full of poison, got sick, was in the wrong care, tossed around to so many doctors, didn't know what was wrong with me that I was like, fuck this, I'm changing my lifestyle. So now if I go 2 days without the gym, I become mental, like a psycho, right? If I don't start my day with a walk or listening to a podcast and walking or something that's active, if I'm talking to somebody and they're not involved actively, like that's a big thing for me. You know, I have to be able to go for walks with you or go to the gym with you. It's just a thing.
Yeah, do things.
Yeah.
Like not just sit around. Like it's cool to sit around.
Let's go to an escape room. Let's go to a rec room and break shit. Like I don't care what it is. It just needs to be active. You know?
I mean, I transitioned away when I hang out with girls now, like first dates, whatever, just to get to know one another. I used to do to the nines.
The dinners.
Fucking looking
Fuck
like
that. Let's go axe throwing now. See if you can be
like
fun.
A boss. Yeah, exactly. I want to
go to the gym and sweat.
I want to see if you could get the zombie in the head just in case. I used to go to the nines about it, and now hike.
Yes.
Let's go on a hike.
Coffee
with the dog.
and hike.
Because I don't want to leave the dog home anyway. So let's go on a hike with the dog.
Yeah.
And then if Kenji doesn't like you,
and if Kenji doesn't like, I was gonna say, if the dog don't like you, then you're out.
Yeah, generally that's a good sign that I probably won't like you either.
Yeah.
So it's just switching from that breakfast. Hey, let's go get some eggs.
Yeah.
Let's go do something like that.
If I can make it through breakfast with you, I'll make it through dinner and lunch.
and if I see what you order and whatnot, I'm like,
yeah.
Did you get the hash browns? All right, you got the.
Hey, listen, I'm gluten free and dairy free, so don't judge me. I have to be, but you know.
You should try fasting.
So what exactly is that?
So I don't have I'm not the doctor. That's why it's tough, and I like to be so accurate when I talk about things.
Yeah. Is he like a holistic doctor?
The guy that does
he do like the spit test and you send it into him and he'll say, okay, do this
guy.
fast?
He's the doctor's pharmacy with Mark Hyman.
Yeah, send him to me.
He's awesome. So he spoke and he had people on talk about fasting and the benefits of it, especially if you have. Right? Well, I watched the documentary with Chris Hemsworth. Did you watch that?
No.
Limitless. It's on National.
I'll watch anything with Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah, me too. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. So Limitless, it's a documentary on
Not
him.
the pill.
No.
Oh, okay.
You're thinking of the Bradley Cooper.
Yeah. Okay.
Bradley Cooper. Right? Bradley Cooper?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There goes my ADHD, sorry.
No, you're good. Limitless, it's this documentary series about how he wants to optimize and essentially do what like Dave Asprey and all these guys do, biohacking on how he could be cold immersion therapy and all these
like all that stuff that's out.
All these different things. And one of the episodes was on fasting. And how you have these quote unquote zombie cells in your body.
Right.
And if you don't give your body a break for all the constant food and everything like that, those zombie cells continually get fed and they spread out to others. And that can cause.
It's funny, we do that with skin.
Yep. And that can cause quicker aging. It can cause quicker developments of cancers and tumors and whatnot like that. But if you do a fast, not even
Are you going to do it with me?
I'll do it with you. Okay. I'll do it fast with you.
All right, let's try it.
I'll do it fast with you.
Because at least if I don't feel good, you won't feel good with me.
He did a 3-day fast.
Okay. So that means no food though?
No food.
Oh, I'll kill somebody.
Water.
I will eat a small child.
Because what happened?
I'm like, after I lift, I'm like, where's the beef?
Children away.
Yeah.
We got a vampire
I'm not
loose.
the girlfriend that you could take and I'm going to have like that. No, like if we lift, I need to go for like a lunch.
You need that post-workout.
I need protein.
You need that.
Yeah. Chicken.
So, well, afterwards, you have a big meal. So anyway, so the zombie cells basically are killed off and cycled out when your body's in that fasting state. Once your body starts producing after like a day or so, those ketones and whatnot, your body goes into that almost not starvation mode, but that optimal fat burning / regenerative mode where it gets rid of all of the cells, all of the things that it needs to rid your body of that it doesn't have the chance to when you're constantly digesting and processing food on a daily basis.
Well, our gut health is fucked.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I have to be all this stuff, you know? And I will say, for anyone who does deal with insulin resistance or PCOS on the female side with hormones and stuff, going gluten-free and dairy-free is going to completely help you. I just know that based on what we do. You know, with nutrition and skin and gut health and all that other stuff, and just obviously being diagnosed with so many things. Like I always say to my mom, I'm the healthiest unhealthy person, and it fucking sucks because like me and you do the right thing, and then I'm calling her crying, like leaving the doctor's office. I'm like, they just did my blood work, another level's off, and I actually just said fuck you to my endocrinologist because I'm like, every single time I come here, you guys are telling me I went last week, and they're like, oh, you have Hashimoto's. I go, that's my thyroid. You're telling me my thyroid's off?
Fasting
they're like, no, they're like, no, somebody wrote it down wrong. I'm like, what do I have then? Cushing's. I'm like, I have Cushing's. I said last week it was insulin. So I think it's a scam. I think that they like you to use your insurance company and put you on all this medication. So now I'm working with an NP who's a good friend of mine. Her name is Nicole, and she did all my blood work in-house. And now I'm trying to go the holistic route with finding doctors like that where you could do a spit test to get to the root cause of it because yes, birth control and food and all that stuff can definitely do it. My grandfather had a form of Crohn's and it's genetic, but I know I'm not that fucked up. And I know that you aren't either. It's like we do the right thing. So I would love to hear about it and do it.
I'll have to send you the link.
Yeah.
Just because I like to be so accurate because I know I'm going to get called out by the
For
internet
sure,
if I'm
for
not.
sure.
And
Yeah,
I try
yeah.
to be so to the
I'm
T.
probably going to get called out on shit today too. But
Fuck them. I tell you what, I laugh at the people, and I want to get back to this, but I laugh at the people since that clip went wild yesterday.
Yeah.
So
I saw some of them. Yeah, I'm like,
if
here
it's
we
some
go.
of the people that are like, oh, this tough guy and all this stuff, I'm like, nothing
tough.
I said
You're
was
just
tough. All I
honest.
simply said was I safeguard my energy. If someone's going to call my phone, stress me out, bye, have a good one, leave me alone.
I block. I'm a blocker. I don't even deal with it.
I'm good on all that.
My energy, like I've created such a force field for it, and I think you have too, with just what we do. I don't want it around me. No, thank you.
No, I've even told, I mean, there are some big name clients that I was working with for a while that
I just fired one.
I don't work with anymore. And I
fired them.
Yeah. But that's the thing. It's like you have to safeguard your mentality. Money is great. Don't get me wrong. And I told this to multiple companies too. Money is great.
You could take that wrong money and that money will destroy it. It will make a cancer growth in your business.
Yeah, it'll give you a fucking ulcer just having to think about having to interact with these people.
Answering them. Like, it's so funny. So the minute I fired this broad, she was a nightmare. She wouldn't pay.
The minute I fired
she
this
would
broad.
not pay my media team. My poor girl, she kept going on. She made her like 500 graphic design. And I'm like, Rose, that's her name. I'm like, stop fucking making shit for this woman. And not for nothing, I know a lot of people on the island. So if I'm trying to help you build your business, don't you think you want to be on my good side?
Yeah.
Because I'll just pull them and no one will go there. You won't grow very much. No, I'm all about uplifting and really helping people. I think that she was going through something personal and it was really sad to see. She was an adult grown woman, I think, because I was younger than her. Sometimes I'm sure you've dealt with that too. I'm a little bit more successful. It was almost like she would question how I run my business. And I'm like, oh, no, we're not going to do this. I had her sign a statement of work. And in my statement of work, it always says, if we're not amicable or something is off here, even the energy, I'm allowed to disperse of it, and so are you. And I don't need her money. I walked away from $5,000. Did I need it? Of course, but I'm not going to have that console me. And the minute I let go of it and I stopped talking to her, my energy shifted, and I had 5 more new clients.
Exactly, and you feel better. There's always a shift. I've worked with clients that I thought I was going to work with forever, and then something happens where either they aren't appreciating the work that I'm putting in. They're driving me nuts.
They go behind your back and talk shit. It's great.
Yeah, or they're asking for too much, this and that, and then I get rid of them or we stop working with one another. You know, in the moment you see them start working with somebody else and you go, but then all of a sudden you
give you 5 minutes till they're not working with that person.
Well, yeah, that too. And then you get a bunch of other clients that come and fill the gap and void of that you were worried about, which was the financial part of it.
Right, and it's the energy you're attracting.
Yes.
We all go in those lulls, especially like if you're in that lonely lull for a minute, you might start to attract that energy. Your exes will start to surface or all that other stuff. And then you'll bring in those clients. And the minute you nip it in the bud, it's like, spring is in the air again.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's such a roller coaster ride. But when you're at those low points, you have to remember to just keep that energy high. That's the most important time.
Remember how low you were.
Yeah, that's the most important time.
Through, yeah.
The most important time to keep that energy high is when you're low.
Yeah.
Not when you're, you could be ecstatic about work. You could just got a new contract and you're making money and everything's good. And you could be super ecstatic, but like you have to keep that height when that low point comes because it will come.
Yeah. So Matt McConaughey, actually, he started doing like these podcasts and stuff. I'm listening to him a lot. Ed Millett just had him on his show. I think I pronounced his name wrong. Is it Milet or Millet?
I think it's Milet.
All right, we're going to go Milet.
It's okay. I don't think he's going to watch this and he won't be offended. We'll be good.
He talks about that all the time. Like, we're always striving for 100%. We're never going to get there. Like, we are in our little, things that we do and overcome. But if you don't be happy for the 70% of the work that you do, you're going to always be not happy. Yeah. You have to be happy for that 70% that you hit, or even coming on the podcast today, or doing like little things that can make you feel so good about yourself, And that's why I started my business. So.
And I want to talk about the business.
Yeah.
It's amazing how on a creative field, I'll sit down, I'll start an edit, and I'll be like, oh, it's not good. But then you look and the weeks are just going by and you haven't progressed the edit because you're so worried about this thing needing to be
perfect.
The masterpiece of all masterpieces. It's like, there's no perfect.
Yeah.
There's no perfect. You have to just sit down, get it done to the best of the abilities, to the best look. Send it to the client. If there's changes that need to be made, make those changes.
I used to care so much. And now I'm like, get on there. Everybody get on there. Be like, spill your coffee on yourself and show it.
You just have to just do it. You have to just literally just get it done and
be
do it.
Be a hot mess and sweaty from the gym and be real, be raw. People want to see that more. I mean, on my TikTok, I think people are so engaged in me making breakfast and just talking about stuff that helps them out just in general with everyday stuff that I'm like, oh, wow, people actually really want to see this, as opposed to me being, all done up. And, I'm in the beauty industry and sometimes we have to be so on. But I've become so, I don't care anymore. And I tell that to all my clients too. Be raw, be real. If your dog is sitting on top of you in your car, show it.
Okay. Yeah, I don't care.
Right?
That's what this podcast has always been, though. It's embraced that realness. There's no cuts. There's no unless there's a bathroom break or unless I think out of total podcasts I've done, 60-something episodes with Panetti, 11 with Tyler, and then I think this is 50-something. I have to check. So
that's a good number for you.
Yeah, well over 100 podcasts. I've only had to edit one podcast. So
was it due to the conversation or just?
Yeah, it was due to the conversation.
Okay.
It was due to the conversation. This individual was bashing an ex partner.
Oh, I think I remember you mentioning that.
Yeah, it was rough.
You don't do names like me, so
no. Yeah, you know what?
Know.
I'm cool to do names, but not names where you're saying this person's an ass. Just
no, I'm not about bashing
because then they're gonna come to me and be like, "Yo, Nick, why would you air?" And I'm like, this is the guest was saying
right.
Like, no.
I'm Switzerland, bro.
Yeah, leave me alone. I don't need any fucking drama. I don't need any things like that. We talk about what we talk about. If I'm very fortunate that it's only had to been one that has been edited.
Yeah, out of 100, I'd say so.
Well over 100.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty
probably
good.
120 all total.
That's awesome.
115 total. So yeah, it's been cool. Really cool journey. Just getting started.
I know, I love it.
I always say that I'm just getting started. We're just warming up. Yeah. But I was gonna ask you on your TikTok. Is your TikTok more popping than your Instagram?
So the thing with that is my girl that I hired, Rose, she's amazing. So I actually was paying a media team or a social directing team, and they were just running my credit card every month. So I lost a year. I lost a year of not knowing algorithms, bullshit. I don't know. I am not creative in that sense. I can tell you a vision, but I can't make it look how she can make it. She takes one clip of me walking down the stairs and I look like this badass big, business owner. I'm like, I love you. She made a post the other day where I'm like a little girl and it was like, oh, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I cried because she took my vision and made me feel it, And
she's leaning into the trends on
exactly.
social.
So she understands it. I had no clue. My TikTok is growing. You have to be consistent. I'm pumping out 3 or 4 a day because I don't have kids.
Damn.
So I'm just treating it like it's reels on Instagram or just whatever.
No, but you're doing it right. That's the right way to do it.
Yeah.
I'm lazy with it. I have all the content in the world.
I just
I have
here,
hours
here,
and hours.
here.
I just for because I want to keep it to just the podcast. So for me, it's like I
was burnt out a little for about a month. I'm getting back into it now. I had
out again. It happens.
Yeah.
Roller
Burnout's
coaster.
a real thing, man. You gotta take time for yourself and just recoup because then you need new shit. I was repetitive, I needed new shit.
And we get back to why I switched things up with the gym.
Yeah.
It was the same shit over and over.
Yeah, it's your motivation lulls.
The same workout splits, the same shit. Then I'd leave the gym and I'd go do my edits all day, or I'd go to a shoot, and it just felt like I'm seeing the same fucking people every day. I
know, and then it's like you can't even get your workout in. It's like I wear a hat sometimes now, Profin. I'm like, I love you all. I know you need a spray tan, but
Bevs is bad for me.
Yeah.
Bevs is really bad for me. And I love them. I love everybody.
Bevs, I'm hearing though from a lot of people that have lifted there from a while, there needs to be a reboot in there.
Yeah.
Nothing against Bevs, love you. But
no, it's not as serious as it was.
Yeah.
It used to be
everybody's going to ProFit.
Go to ProFit.
And Onyx, I was there for a day and I was like,
trash.
I want to kick everybody here with a tripod. Get the
Onyx
fuck out of my way. They're all in the same outfit. They look like little minions.
Yeah, they all have the same curly.
All in the black with the
hair.
tripods. I'm like, oh my God, I just want to get my workout in.
ProFit is hit or miss for me.
I think Alex has done a really good job with getting it to where it is.
I think Alex has done a good job.
Yeah.
The gym is great. The equippment's great in that term. I just don't like the people that go there. I
get it.
I find it's turned into the douchebag gym on Long Island.
They have their happy hour of that. Just I think everywhere.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. Bev's has
midday at 11, you go lift there. All the old timers are there, and it's
I would love
great
that,
time.
11 o'clock.
Yeah,
lift,
we're doing this.
It's in the middle of the day. I got to go 6 a.m. or I got to go at night.
I had my 5 a.m. for 4 years straight. Now I can kind of make my own schedule. I like the midday. It breaks it up a little bit for me, but I'm going back to early mornings. I'm starting because it's getting nice out.
I need it. I need to just be done.
Yeah.
Kenji needs his seizure meds at 8 a.m. and 8 p.m.
A little mush.
So like every 12 hours, he needs those meds. So it's like,
Yeah.
that was one of the reasons I revamped my morning routine. I revamped my morning routine because
You have a baby at home.
yeah, I literally have a child. That's my child.
That
so
was
it's
with
like
my Harley. Yeah, he was having seizures and we had to be on the ball with him. I mean, we had him for 18 years.
yeah, so they'll live with the seizures and
Yeah.
they'll be fine. It's just you
Yeah.
have to
They're horrible to watch though.
yeah.
Oh my God.
not
I
awesome.
saw one and then the last time I held him 2 weeks ago, my mom was like, they didn't even tell me to 2 days later that they had to put him down because my mom and my dad, they respected my boundaries of owning a business. They didn't know if I was going to be working on, I was speaking at a big event the night before in front of 100 people. And then they didn't know if I was going to be touching someone's face for their wedding. So it was very sweet of them, but I held him the last time. And then my mom said he had 2 really bad ones and he was just howling and it was just time.
Yeah.
We had him for 18 years, a little hot dog.
He's 18 years old. That's a long, long life. I would have done the same
and
thing.
he went through a lot of seizures, but the last 2 were just, it was time.
Yeah, when they get older and
peace.
stuff like that. I had no idea that my dog Cookie, before Kenji was having seizures, I had no idea. She would have these
happened like in the middle of the
she
night?
would have these episodes and she would just be like shaking and she couldn't stand it. And we didn't know this
Right.
years ago. We're like, what the fuck is this? Like, it's my childhood dogs. We're like, what's going on with her? Like, what? She just having like a little off episode. Like, we
Right.
don't know what's going on.
Is it pollen?
Like, we don't even know what's going on. But now with Kenji, when he had his episodes, I was like, this is a seizure. I know what this is. So the first couple times, super tough. I'd military scoop him up, drag him to like throw him in the back of the car. He'd be convulsing
Yeah.
in the back of the car, drive him to the vet. They'd give him the shot of Valium and he'd come out of it.
Did he go to the bathroom and stuff too when it was happening?
A little bit. He's not like loosening. He's not like pissing and shitting everywhere.
Oh, okay.
Just a little bit. If I squeezed him and I
Yeah.
grabbed him too quickly, there'd be like a little bit. But then he had one last April, one last May. They were close together. They were 3 weeks apart. So I was like, what is this? What's going on?
Right.
And then he had, by the way, flip that mic. Yeah,
way?
yeah. No, so just make sure it's in front of you.
Okay, got it.
No, you good. So like, see, you gotta hit it. Yeah, there you go. There you go. And then if you want to sit like that, just boop, just turn it back. So, he had those 3 weeks apart. Then I moved into my apartment and he had April, let me just give the timeline properly.
Okay.
April, he had his first one the night before I went to Salt Lake City for a job. It was at like midnight.
Yeah, that's what happened. My dog, my dad was
Yeah.
going in for
So it
surgery.
was at
It
the
was
most
like
convenient
3
time.
hours.
So it was the
My
most
mom's like,
convenient
you
time.
have to stay here with the dog. I'm like, oh God, what about dad? Yeah.
So it's like I waited till 6 a.m. My flight was originally 6 a.m. I flew out 6 p.m. So then they said it was a choking incident. They said I was like, it doesn't seem right, but okay, cool. I leave. He was fine. 3 weeks later, I move into my apartment, first apartment. I'm excited, this and that. I come home from the gym in the morning, a little off. He looks a little weird, whatever. And then he starts having another one. I'm like, what the fuck is going on, bro? Grab him, bring him to the vet again, crying my eyes out. I'm upset. I don't know what's going on, this and that. They tell me he had a grand mal seizure. He had a seizure. Like, I'm like, how is this possible? The dog is 2.5 years old.
Right.
He's he top of the line food. Take care of him. I don't give him tick and flea like
I know, it's crazy, right?
What is going on? So then goes to the neurologist, this and that. Everything's cool.
They have a puppy neuro?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
He's good from May until October. Has no meds, no nothing. He was just good.
did the neurologist for the dogs tell you to change anything?
Nope.
Huh.
They call them idiopathic seizures.
Yeah.
They're just random. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just random. So has one in October. So then I put him on meds. I didn't want to put him on meds, but I said, fuck it. Let me just put him on.
Right.
They wanted me to give him 2 pills in the morning, 2 pills at night. And there's a loading phase of about 2.5, 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Where they get like ataxia in the back legs and whatnot. I was like, I don't really want to give that to him. So I gave him 1 in the morning, 1 at night. So I gave him half the dose they wanted him to. He was good until February. Had an episode in February. So then I upped his meds in February to the full amount they wanted him on. But I wasn't told or I wasn't made aware that once you up the meds again, there's another loading phase. So he could have a breakout seizure because now his body is adjusting to the things. And he had one in March.
God, Jesus.
About a month
Do
later.
you have like Ring cameras inside your house?
I have all Nest cameras.
Does your mom go home like when you're out at work to check in on him?
No, I watch him. He comes with me most of the time.
Yeah.
He comes with me most of the time. So it's just, it records constantly. And every single time, thankfully, I've been home.
Okay.
So anyway, he has one in March. That's his last one. He had one in March, but because I've dealt with this now 4 or 5 times, I was calm as a cucumber. I was like,
Right.
okay, buddy. Grabbed an ice pack, put it between his legs, and I just held him. You gotta wait it out with him and just see how long. And because I have my cameras running 24/7, I sent that whole video to the neuro. This is how it started. This is how long it lasted. This is what I did. I
Wow.
administered this. And I was able to just give them everything instead of them asking, how long did it last? I don't know. I was
because you're like blacked out. You're like, what? What do you mean? Like, I don't
I'm
know.
very calm about it now.
Yeah.
So now, but I also have adjusted. So I've adjusted in how I give him things. So I was under the impression you could just give him CBD whenever. You can't.
My dog got so sick from CBD.
Luckily, he hasn't gotten sick.
He was throwing up everywhere, going to the bed. Like, he had a really bad reaction, I think, because we all do in my family. So he was definitely our dog.
He didn't love it. He doesn't love the CBD. He walks away from me when I bring out the little syringe to put, like, to drop her in his mouth.
He walks away.
He walks away. He runs away to the other side of the bed, and then he sits down. And he just like this. He goes, yeah. So I wasn't aware that I can't give him the CBD within a 2-hour prior and post of the medicine because it fucks with the absorption of the medicine.
Yeah.
No idea. I've been doing that. So now I don't do that since his last seizure. I also had no idea that the MCT oils are huge for dogs with seizures. And there's a specific brand that's online. So now I put a tablespoon in his food in the morning of that, keeps that activity down. It keeps the brain at a level, at an even playing field, whatever. I don't know if it's the tick and flea because it seems last time I gave it.
My dog had a really, really bad reaction 5 or 6 years ago. They put on that collar that got recalled.
Seresto.
It was so bad. He definitely, like, we thought he was going to die.
I'm told to give him the Seresto collar now.
Okay.
And I give it to him when he was little.
I don't know if it was the Seresto. I think it was another one that they recalled. It was bad.
So it's just like, you don't know what to do. And I've calmed my brain down in terms of the anxiety that I had with it. Don't get me wrong. Like every now and then I still jump up and look at him if he acts a little weird. And then, he
like, put your finger in his mouth. You're like, can you?
He just looks at me and he's like, what's wrong with you? And I go, okay, we're good then.
Yeah.
This mental shift that I've had over the last 3 months.
Has given you a lot more calmness.
It has.
Yeah.
And jujitsu has given me the last 4 weeks, 3.5 weeks, has given me so much mental calmness.
Yeah.
I never did it before this. I just want to do something new.
Yeah.
And then being in the situation where, and it was nerve-wracking at first.
Yeah.
I've been in my fair share of like
rolling on mats there's something.
My fair share of like little baby scraps, like nothing too crazy. Like you scrap it out for a second and then you're done and whatever. Like when I was younger.
When you went up to Cortland, right? You thought that they were gonna harass you.
Which one? Cortland?
No, were you in Cortland? Where were you with the football guys?
Quinnipiac.
Yeah, you thought you were going to have to scrap them, right?
Princeton. That dude was crazy. When I walked into that place.
You actually ended up being a gentle giant, right?
Who the fuck are you here with? I was like, oh, dude. We were in the basketball.
Then he was your buddy at the end, right? Gentle giants.
The football house.
Yeah.
Standing on the speakers. He had like 3 girls and under his arms. I'm like, God damn, who is that? And then I was like, oh, I'm here with.
Wish you would have known jiu-jitsu back then, right?
I know. I was like, I'm here with my friend, my friend's cousin. He goes like this. He like waves me off and I'm like, we're good, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it's funny that brings up a topic of shrinking yourself, like Dre said.
Yeah.
Gotta shrink yourself.
Yeah.
I'm in their territory.
Yeah.
I don't want any fucking problems.
Yeah.
It don't matter if I could take out one
They
dude.
haze people and shit. You don't know what they got downstairs.
30 dudes are going to stomp my ass out after I fuck him up. Like,
Right.
I'm good on this. So that's why that situation was very funny. And then afterwards, he was like, yo, you were pretty big, man. I didn't want that heat. I'm like, dog, you're 6'5". I'm 5'8", man, on a good day.
It's funny, like big guys like that, they actually are very big gentle. A lot of them are gentle giants.
I was like, what do you mean you didn't want that problem? I was fucking, I'm like right in your core. I got to just work your abs with the punches.
Yeah, but now you roll on a mat, you learn some techniques, and you feel 6'5".
So it's
crazy.
I do, and I don't. It's a very interesting thing. So the biggest thing that I read and I watched videos on before I did this was stay
Breathing.
calm.
Yeah.
Because if you get erratic, you're just like, that's going to force them. And then you're going to get that shock sensory in your body, and your body's going to slowly shut down more, constrict more. You're not going to be able to like work your way out of things. So it's like having somebody wrap their arm around your neck the first couple of times, you're like,
you're in fight or flight.
You're like, oh, I don't like this, but you train yourself to just go, let's just stay calm. Let's just see where we can get ourselves out of this and that. And guess what? No ego. Tap.
Right.
If you're uncomfortable, you don't feel good, tap.
Yeah.
I do not think I'm fucking anybody up. I'm doing a good job at what I'm doing.
Right.
And that's it. But I go to the mixed gi classes and the mixed no gi classes because I like rolling with the black belts.
Yeah.
I like rolling with the black belts.
Yeah.
I like rolling
They're
with
tough.
the purple and the brown belts.
Yeah.
Because they're tough.
Yeah.
And I feel and see them working it out as we're grappling because I have strength. So it's like I'm holding their arms down, I'm pinning certain things,
Right.
and I'm watching them look at my knees and stuff like that. And then I'll feel a hand go behind my knee and I'll rip it out and be like, okay, so that's what they're looking for when I'm doing this. And it keeps me in that state of calm. Like yesterday, we were doing no-gi classes, which are so fast when you have just the rash guards on.
Yeah, because you're also not slipping to grab. It's like,
No, you're slipping with the rash guards. You're slipping with the rash guards. With the gis, you don't slip.
Oh, okay.
Because you're able to wrap your hands around the gis and really get a good grip. But with the rash guards, you're basically just wearing compression. So it's like, and by the time you're sweating, you're
just like sliding
off each other.
Yeah.
So we had to start. We take turns in the actual grappling portion. We had to start with a headlock. And so I'm basically like this, and he's got his arm wrapped around my neck, and he's got to submit me or get me to the ground in a dominant position, and I have to get out of it is my job. And I think he was because it was no-gi, he didn't have a belt on. I think he's like a purple or brown belt, big kid too. So I'm like this. So instantly we start going, I pull his arm down so I'm not choking. But then we start like really scrapping and getting into it. Like he's pushing all his weight into me. I'm pushing all my weight into him. Then he's throwing me and I'm landing on my arm and I'm like, ooh, don't land on your arm because then you don't want it to snap. Like I'm thinking through things, but every so often my breath would start going and I'm like this. I'm like, calm. And right when I got back to calm, everything just made sense again. But if I start getting too crazy, it's like, holy shit, man, I'm not able to focus the way I need to.
Isn't that crazy when your body goes in that mode?
Oh, it's wild.
Yeah.
It's wild. And I've told this to a lot of people, and I encourage everybody to try it. Just try it.
Yeah.
Just go to a class, try it out, see it. I've always heard people talk about it in high praises. Do it. You'll learn a lot about yourself. And I'm just always like, whatever. And then because I wanted to do something different, not only physically, but mentally.
Right.
I put myself in that scary element. Like the first time we had to grapple, I got 4 days that I didn't have to grapple. So we would do the drills, slow with a partner, do the drills, whatever, this and that. Then the last half hour of class, get your mouthpieces. They'll count you out. So they'll go like if there's 3 people, there's like 10 people on the wall. They'll go the first 3. So they'll go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Right, and you don't get to pick.
And then
you're just against whoever.
They go 2s on the ground. And then people just come off the wall. You don't get to pick your partners. People just come off the wall and start fucking grappling with you. So the first time that we did that, I stayed on the wall. The people went down. They go, all right, 1s, go out and get your people. And like everyone's just sitting there. And I'm like, I don't want to do it.
I know, right? It's like you're getting picked from gym class again. You're like, oh shit, wait, what? Why am I partnered with that person?
I don't want to get choked out. I don't want to do it. But now I'm able to have a little more confidence and go, yeah, it's
It builds so many things in you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But and you get that, and there's a huge respect level in there. I'm super respectful to other people.
Yeah.
Not only in just this, but in life. Like everybody.
When people are like on that mat, it's such a like respect.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll say sorry in the middle of a roll. Like if I hit a dude in the nuts or something like that, like accidentally, like I'll clip it with a knee or something. Like, yo, my bad, bro. Like, if you need to stop, let me know. I'll let go.
Yeah.
Like I don't want you to. And they'll be like, dude, this is jujitsu. I go, no, I get that, but I also don't want to be an asshole. We're not in war.
Have you gotten cut in the face yet or like hit, nicked?
This girl, I was rolling with this girl and she's wild with her
Girl,
hands.
badass. I know there's a lot of girls that do it now too.
Yeah. And her nickname is NyQuil because she put some dude out. He didn't tap and she just put him out.
That's awesome.
She's sick. So we were grappling and she was a little wild with the hands and she caught me in my nose. And I've broken my nose before, so I always get nervous with my nose.
Yeah.
Because it'll break so easily again. And luckily, it was just kind of like a graze real quick. And like that was it. And I was like, yeah, she's like, I'm sorry. I'm like, no, you're good. It's okay.
Yeah.
Like, I want to be ultra respectful. I want to tell people, like, especially like with me, I had the dude yesterday, that kid that we were grappling.
Yeah.
He got me on the ground. And he had me I was laying on my back, and he had it where he was about to flip me over and position me in a choke where I was over on the top of my head.
Right.
I tapped.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I'm not.
I'm not trying to kill myself.
I'm not gonna get out of here.
Yeah.
And he just goes, that's why I lifted the knees to show you what I was gonna do.
Right.
And I didn't do it. I go, I'm good on that, bro.
Yeah. I need to walk tomorrow. Thanks.
We're good. Like this is my second workout today.
You're not there to like compete. Maybe one day, but you're not. Are you thinking about it?
Yeah.
Do it.
I think I talked to Jamal about it.
We're going to have to get you a nose protector then if you're going to compete.
Yeah, well, because they're going to go ham.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to do something in the fall, potentially.
Okay.
I might do a tournament for white belts.
Funny how you said you may not compete in lifting again, right?
Never again bodybuilding.
Right, but this is now an outlet for you that is a possibility because you don't have to, it's not, you have to starve yourself, be on things. It's a different type of it's probably beneficial to you to train that way.
I have such a hate-love portion for the fitness industry in my heart.
Yeah.
Not even the fitness industry.
But it's funny you reverted that way.
Yeah, I've always been competitive. I've always embraced competition. Excuse me, coffee. I've always embraced competition and challenging myself.
Yeah.
But challenging myself in a smart way, not in a...
Well, you did it the hard way, right?
I did do it the hard way.
And going through the bullshit.
No drugs, no nothing.
And everybody now is please.
Yeah, 23.
Sticking themselves and saying, hey...
Yeah,
I'm ready to go.
So
I'm like, okay, you ate 10
bro.
cheesburgers. You didn't lift shit.
Yeah,
you lifted 10 cheeseburgers.
I get it, bro. You work hard. I get it.
You're a human pincushion.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
It's
so sad to say. Sorry, but it is.
No. We talk about steroids all the time on the show, and it's just...
I get it. If you need it, fine, but do it right.
Exactly. And it was nothing that I was ever into or wanted to do. And once I saw, like, my goal when I was 21, 22 was to just be an IFBB pro. I wanted to be a pro. And then that card and that title...
The stuff it does to your body is so bad.
It faded for me. And I'm glad it did over the years. It faded more and more and more and more. I've had a lot of friends that have seriously hurt themselves, not only training for shows, but doing cycles for shows.
Oh, yeah.
And they say, oh, I'm never going to do it again. And guess what? A year later, they're back on.
Oh, they gave me new stuff. Okay.
Okay, bro. Whatever makes you sleep at night.
Right.
I don't know. To me, it was always something that I was interested in doing, but I just didn't want to. So now this gives me another outlet, but this could be very violent and nasty.
It could, but it's a different way. I mean, at least with your eating and your sleep, I mean, it's so much more you need that. And so it fits into your lifestyle of the path you're on, as opposed to you going, what vitamins do I need to get through this or not?
What supplements?
How many caffeine pills do I need to pop before, it's different.
Yeah,
You'll see if it works for you or not.
Exactly. And it's nice because I have a good team. Like training with Matt Serra,
They're
he's
also
dope.
supportive.
They're very supportive. Yeah. And Jamal's supportive. I said to him, I said, yo, he deals a lot with striking.
Yeah.
So I told him, I said, I don't need striking because it would just be grappling. I said, but on a cardio and conditioning level, can we get me... Dude, done. He's like,
yeah.
He's like, whatever you want to do. He's like, I'm there for you. I got you. And I'm like, that means a lot to me because he was in Chris Weidman's corner and he's Big Baby Miller's coach.
Yeah,
there's a lot of things that I got heavy hitters that are able to like help me and put me through.
And guide you, mentors,
Exactly. And guide me the right way. So this way I know what I'm getting myself into. And I also have other white belts that I've become super close with.
Which is awesome, yeah.
Exchange numbers. I'm like, yo, let's start training. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's all do the same tournament. Let's have fun.
Yeah.
Let's do it and challenge ourselves. Let's get out of that comfort zone. But doing the OG classes in the morning, my cardio has never been as good as it is.
Oh, you'll burn tons of calories on the mat. My ex would come home and I'd be like, are you all right? I would be ripping his shirt off of him.
Oh, yeah.
And he'd be like, babe, I think I just burned 20,000 calories. I'm like, you look like it. Go like that. Then he's like taking a nap for 10 minutes and he's like, all right, you want to go back to the gym? I'm like, you're sick.
That's been a challenge with this new routine.
Yeah.
Is I'm expending so much energy. And
Are you working out, lifting? Not to cut you off. Are you working out, lifting, and doing jujitsu?
Yes.
Yeah. So he was
6
doing that too.
and I'm rolling 4 to 5 times a week.
You're in bed by what, 7, 8 snoring? Catching flies?
You know what? 9:30, but I'm not. My sleep is so erratic because I always have things on my mind. I've been doing Huberman's.
It's the entrepreneur thing.
Yeah. I've been doing Huberman's sleep cocktail.
Okay.
And his sleep cocktail is magnesium 3 and 8.
Yeah, I take magnesium.
The 3 and 8 is the one that breaches the blood-brain barrier.
Okay.
So that's the one you want to take when you go to sleep.
Okay.
So magnesium 3 and 8, apigenin. I don't really know the information specifically on apigenin and what it is.
Is that
but I know it.
Is that like an ashwagandha type thing?
No.
Because I don't do well with, what are they called? Not mushrooms.
Nootropics?
Yeah, anything like that. I don't.
Neither does my buddy Tyler. Tyler does not do well with that.
Adaptogenics. Anything like that.
Adaptogenics.
Yeah.
Let me see. Apigenin. I'll tell you right now. Apigenin is a bioflavonoid compound that is found in a wide variety of plants and herbs. It is very abundant in chamomile tea and exerts anxiety-reducing effects.
Oh, okay, so it's good
when
stuff.
consumed in these high doses. At even higher doses, it may be a sedative. Apigenin is also a very potent anti-cancer compound.
Okay.
So I take apigenin. I take 400 milligrams of L-theanine.
L-theanine's great.
And then I take, I think that's it. No, GABA. Once every.
I keep hearing about GABA.
Once every, and I can't.
DIM is good too.
I gotta give the actual.
DIM is really good.
GABA uses. What is GABA? GABA is known for what? Oh, my mom said my mom is All right, so for those that are going to be watching, my mom just texted
Is that a
me as
bunny
I'm
or a
searching.
squirrel?
Is this an owl? What is this?
It's very cute.
It's a little bird. But the way I read it, she sent me this thing and she goes, he fell out of the tree. I thought she was talking about the dog because he's with her. I was like, the fuck you mean he fell out of the tree? What's he doing in a tree?
What are you running home? Help against you.
She's like, what do I do with the baby? I don't know. It's a bird. I have no idea what you do with it. GABA is known for producing a calming effect and is thought to play a major role in controlling nerve cell hyperactivity associated with anxiety, stress, and fear. Scientists also call GABA a non-protein amino acid neurotransmitter. So by taking all of these together, it puts you in that like sedative but calming sleep state. I've been taking the the magnesium threonate that I take is 3 pills for 144 milligrams. And I thought that was low. I was like, that seems a little low on the magnesium. So I upped it and I took 6 pills last night.
How'd that do?
I
Were you
was
drooling?
unconscious. I woke up this morning. I was like, I actually slept.
You're like, where am I?
I slept through the whole night. That's not common. Like,
Do you wake up?
I toss and turn.
Oh, like same time every night?
No.
Okay.
On and off.
That's like also an empathic thing.
I think it's also like me checking on the dog, like mentally.
Well, you also too. You have a baby that's like a baby with
special needs.
Yeah,
special
like
needs.
my
baby.
grandmother was the same way. I mean, I would leave and I'd check in my phone, watching The Ring. I'm like, she okay? It's like it's like a special needs child.
Yeah, so I think I'm a lighter sleeper, especially because of that now.
Mm-hmm.
But I was unconscious last night. That sleep cocktail is phenomenal. I can't recommend it enough. But being able to do that, I go to sleep at like 9:30. My phone's usually on Do Not Disturb by at least 8.
Mm-hmm.
And if I message people, it's because I see a message come through while I'm on my phone playing a game or something like that. But generally, I try to just like, I don't want anything around me. Like I want to just be able to like chill. Maybe I'm finishing a show up. Maybe I'm reading a book and then I go right to bed. Yeah. There's no TV in my bedroom. Love that.
Yeah.
I hated having the TV in my bedroom because then I just did
you become submissive to it.
I just do everything in there. Then it's like I'm laying down, I'm watching TV, I'm doing this. I get to separate it when I go in my bedroom. It's time to either read or sleep, and I'm done.
Reading is so good. Love reading.
Reading's good. I find that I don't give myself enough time because there's always something to do.
Well, we're entrepreneurs. I mean, if you read 2 pages a day, it's good for you.
Yeah.
They say 15 minutes a day.
I try to do a half hour.
Yeah.
I try to.
Yeah.
But I have to stop trying and just do it.
Yeah.
It's really what it comes down to.
I mean, I would more rather listen to a podcast. That's just where my brain fluctuates to. So.
Well, thank you, Amex. Shouts to Amex. Send a check. You don't have to if you don't want to. Shouts to Amex for adding Audible as a service that they give you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that they give you what?
Did not know this.
Refund payback.
Thank you,
on?
Amex.
Well, it's Amex Platinum.
Okay, thank you.
Amex Platinum. Appreciate y'all. So my $15 a month on Audible is covered.
That's great.
And my Sirius XM. So that's always a good time.
That's good.
But all right, let's get into you.
Okay.
Let's get into you.
All right.
How did you start? Did you always have an interest and a fascination with skincare? Like, what was it?
Oh, God. I mean, what young girl didn't get made fun of, right? What young kid didn't get made fun of or go through that puberty? So I always had like moles. I always had, weird, quirky things about me. Everybody went through the chunky phase. I got boobs real quick. So people were like, oh, she's stuck. They made like a horrible boob book about me. I'd come home every day like, I was taller than everybody. I was just awkward. 7th grade hit. My hair grew. My glasses became contacts. My braces were off. I had straight teeth. And they were like, oh, Stephanie's hot, right? But I never, ever forgot that feeling of feeling like the ugly duckling. And when I was younger, I would always play my mom's makeup and dress in her stuff, and I was in dance. So I was always like, in outfits, and it was always a thing. And I always knew I wanted to do something in beauty, but going through that tough time of being made fun of and awkward and not knowing where you belong and just coming home and feeling that, that really alone, sad, dark place, I knew that I wanted to do something in the field of it. So I actually went away to John Jay first. I was 17. I was always like younger than my friends, got my, license last or whatever. Because I have a late October birthday. And I went to John Jay first. I was like, I'm going to be an undercover DEA agent. I'm going to be like Shamar Moore and everybody on Criminal Minds. And I went to John Jay and I lived in Harlem. That was fun. Ooh. I was like the only blonde like in Harlem, 150th and St. Nick. They were like, yo, Snow Bunny, we love you. I'm like, okay. They're like, you're going to get your education. We got you. I'm like, all right, I'm protected. Dipset knows me. I'm good. I think I smoked my first joint with Joel's. It was fun. It was like a bunch of us. We were the United Nations. I lived with a Jamaican, an Albanian, a Spanish. It was great, fun time.
Melting pot.
Yeah.
I talk about that with Jamal all the time. Melting pot
But I was
cultures.
the only blonde with like cops and judges in these rooms. And I'm like, what the fuck am I doing here? And they handed me a penal law book. I was like, you can have it back. I don't want this. So I thought I was going to be like, Carrie Bradshaw, Sex in the City. Was nothing like that. And I came back home. I was coming home more than I was living in the city. And I was bartending at the time. And I'm like, listen, I don't want to be a 50-year-old bartender. Nothing wrong with it. Sorry if you are. I was bartending with women who were older. And I didn't want that life. But I was making a ton of money.
It's easy to just fall into the
My parents
bar,
were like, listen, we don't want you to
scene.
become, blank rich. We want you to be smart about it. Then they're like, my dad, I'll never forget this. He's like, do you want to be an air traffic controller? I'll pay for the thing. I go, Dad, that's like the number 3rd most suicidal job to have.
Is it
But
really?
yeah, you make like, oh yeah, look it up. And lineman too. My dad's a foreman lineman. I want to say an air traffic controller is
I
like
believe
the
you.
top 3 because you have all these lives in your hands, right? So he's like, I'll pay for it. I'm like, Dad, I don't want to, but he's like, you're going to make a ton of money and you'll have benefits and you'll have this, blah, blah, blah. My parents are corporate, my mom's an accountant, corporate America. My dad's a foreman lineman, busted his ass in the union for years. So they wanted me to be, good, well off. I was like, Dad, I don't want to do that. So I went and visited this beauty school and it was a wrap. Yeah. I went in and it was a place in Islandia and it's still there. It used to be Gloria Francis years ago. And I got sucked right in. I was like, oh my God. So I joined the aesthetics program. And then shortly after that, I was like, oh wow, you could do lashes and you could do all this other stuff. And I just kept learning things and wanting to do things that make people feel good. So as soon as I graduated, I got in my first med spa and it was actually in, remember South Shore Iron? Where
Yes.
Dave, yeah. So they had a spa attached to it.
In South Shore Iron.
Yeah, for years.
Cool.
And the old owners used to be very good at their job. Not really. I learned a lot of what not to do from the business owners there. I mean, the lasers were being taken left, right, and center. I didn't know whether I was coming or going. I had these poor clients coming from the Hamptons and Queens, and they'd get there and they'd be like, okay, I'm here for my laser. I'm like, shit, like where's the laser? It was just ran very unprofessionally. And I learned very quickly, like, I don't want to be in an establishment like this. So I left and I started my own lash business. I was lashing people like, I don't know, 15 to 20 at a clip, but I was overworking and I was taking everybody. And then I hated it. I became someone with my ADHD. I need a little bit of everything. I almost resented it. And my back was cracking in half. So as good as the money was, I was like, I want more. I always wanted more. So I went back to school, another place on Long Island. I had opened another room, a little bit bigger in Salons by JC in Bayshore. And it was a lot of hair people there. So I was listening to, blow dryers and stuff. It wasn't really a relaxing situation for my clients. So I had a really big cancellation one day. I didn't have cancellation policies in place. I lost $1,500. I'm like, fuck, what am I going to do? So I looked up schools that were teaching microblading. And at this time, Long Island Nail and Skin was the only one on Long Island offering it. And I went, and this is where I met the woman who destroyed me.
One time.
She looked up. They sold me a dream. Yeah. I, got a discount. You're not really supposed to have that happen. Whatever. It was a shady situation again. I think because of the way that I look in this industry, whether I'm blonde or brunette, I have a very exotic look to people and they see money or prettiness when they look at me. It's like I could sell for them. Yeah. I'm the face of whatever they want to sell. My lips are real, my eye, So they're like, oh, we don't have to do much to her. We just have to put her in front. And for a while, I didn't really I didn't get it, So make a long story short, I end up taking the class. I go into business with this woman. She duped me and 3 other girls into signing, leases. I thought I was the partner. We were right next to A&S Pork Store in Merrick. I was dating somebody very big in that area. So he was like sending us people left and right. I mean, I was making a name for myself. But my business partner was partnering with people who were shady as fuck. I had an injector in there that was injecting God only knows what in people. I'm so sorry if you ever came there.
When you say God only knows
like
what?
Probably cement. I don't know. So there are really good injectors, but there are also injectors that they do like pop-ups in rooms.
And for those that don't understand, because I'm like one of them.
Right.
So for those that don't understand, injecting what? Like we're talking about
Botox fillers, Botox fillers, lips. I mean, the guy would do like New Jersey, Connecticut. He's like a pop-up doctor.
So instead of putting the actual, what is it?
Instead of him taking it from an actual diluted jar like you're supposed to, right, when you go in a room and
what is the solution that they would be injecting in?
Oh, I have no clue.
Besides Botox.
I have no clue.
Well, like for the lips, what do they inject in?
Oh, like you could do Juvederm or there's a bunch of stuff, but like they were mixing it with something that was like foreign thing.
And was that to save costs?
Oh, that was to just steal up people's money.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, like I'd have women come back like 2 weeks later and they'd be like, I was just here. I'm like, yeah, I know, I keep hearing this. And so she was accepting insurance. Right. And I always had a big following. I bartended for 15 years of my life, everywhere from Suffolk to Nassau, you name it. And I built a clientele. So I was sending everybody, listen, I'm open. We're in Merrick. Like, come. I have this doctor. He takes insurance. Like, I got you covered, right? Trying to be a boss. And one of the people who I messaged was like, who's the doctor? And I sent her the name. And she was like, oh, no, me and 15 girls have a fucking lawsuit going on right now. Get out. So, I sit my partner down at the time who I thought was, and I'm like, listen, like, we got to get rid of this guy. She's like, I ain't fucking getting rid of anybody. He's paying us to be here. And I'm like, okay, bitch. Yeah. Like, I see where you're going now. And I was in over my head. I was putting money on a credit card to do clients. I mean, I didn't know whether I was getting paid. I didn't know whether I couldn't pay my bills.
Scary.
I went from making $3,500 a week cash in my own place and bartending at the top of the world, but I wanted to grow. I wanted to be a big name. I wanted it. I had Renee Graziano coming in. I had people coming in where I could be a goddess girl. And it was like, it was horrible. So I ended up going into work almost like staring at the wall, like because I became so dehumanized. I was 100 pounds soaking wet. My parents were like so worried about me. She had put a hinder on my parents' relationship with me. And then I had my ex who was very controlling at the time, and they hated each other. I was in a spiral. It was horrible. So I walked in one day and I said, fuck you can have it all. I want my light, my lash stuff, and my makeup bag. I'm not going to court over paint. You can have everything. I mean, she had everything down to the gorgeous purple gems I ordered and a microwave. You know what I mean? She got it all from us. So that was a very, very big lesson learned. And I had to set myself up to almost escape because I saw how shady she was. So I had to make actual copies of my licenses, take my licenses out, put the fake copies in, take my stuff little by little, document things, because I didn't know what she was capable of. She was just like all talk, right? She
was actually going to sink you or something like that.
I didn't know. I was young. I wasn't ready to spend 20 grand on going to court. It's like but she had broke so many labor laws and she knew it that she had no pot to piss in. Make a long story short, she's out of business now. But and so when I left, I was like, I never want to do this again. I don't want to touch a face. I don't want to look at it. Like, I was done. And then that's when I went and took care of my grandmother, and she made me cry every time she said it. Like, sweetie, what are you doing? You were meant to be here to make people feel beautiful and like grow. So then that's when the school that I had won 2 years ago reached out to me, and I went back and I taught. And the teaching almost became more of like social working in a sense. I always wanted to be like a guidance counselor when I was younger and a teacher. And I would be working with 20 people at a clip. Well, some state funded, some that were from BOCES, some that didn't have, a good life, some that were just rich kids, whatever. And my days became, instead of teaching, it was helping. Like, one girl needed help with her car. I'm like, oh, go to my uncle. One girl was in an abusive relationship. I'm like, we're getting you the fuck out of it. One girl needed an apartment. I got her one. And I'm like, what am I doing? And when COVID had struck the school, I didn't really like how the owner had changed her ways. The girls became numbers, and it became more of a state funding situation than an actual program. And I got a distaste in my mouth, and I was appalled. I was disgusted. I had girls that were trying to stay clean that I was trying to help. And I'm like, how am I going to get them to understand that they need to be here, wake up every day and have a purpose? So I started throwing together trainings, things that, I was educated in. Then I got my teaching certification. And really, you only need 5 years in the business to mentor or teach or certify. Then I got accredited with the Better Business Bureau. And then my 1 or 2 girls became 5 girls, which became a full mentorship program, which I added vendors to. So now we're a full working TheSkinJeanie mentorship program, where we can grant your skin more than 3 wishes. But I don't know. I'm helping people build their businesses, and it's actually growing outside of beauty. I just helped my friend Tom and his friend. One, he wants to be like a trainer and wants to take it online. His friend made like a clothing company, and he just didn't know like who to talk to. So I gave him an accountant. I gave him a trademark attorney, a business lawyer. We have everything. I have divorce attorneys. So if you are going through a divorce, like some woman I just signed yesterday, she's got a husband she's trying to leave. She wants to take the jump. She's an RN. She wants to do my microneedling training to build. And I'm like, okay, we got to get you safe and make sure you got side money first, because you can't just say, hey, honey, I'm leaving you.
I'm ready to dip.
Yeah, like, you have Gucci on, you have Chanel on. It's not going to be that easy for you. You're going to have to really, plan this. So it's just become something that is so sentimental to my heart that I love helping them every single day, whether it's, just a text message from them already taking a training with me, or just they need guidance, or if they need to meet at a coffee shop, or just have a budget built or business plan written out. After being fucked over like that and being in that dark place, I made sure I became a mentor that wasn't a devil. I became like their white light. I want to protect all of them and make sure there's not another ex-business partner. And there's a lot out in this business. I can't believe how many girls are like duped in interviews in the beauty industry, and they're looked at as pieces of meat, like I was, like, oh, she's this blonde bombshell. She can sell for us. And I didn't really realize that I was like a piece of meat to them.
They take sex sales to a new level.
Yeah. And I'm like, and then I'm bubbly and outgoing, and I have like a purity about me that everybody says. So I guess I just didn't really see that in myself. And so, when the mask comes off, you see it all, right?
Yep.
But anyway, I love it. So if anybody's a business that needs help and guidance, or is just feeling overwhelmed, like, we help you in every aspect. And I'm there for you every step of the way. I have girls 4 years ago that I'm still helping. And we can help you if you want to just be a traveling artist, if you just don't even know where to start or go, if you want to get a whole building and be some big corporation, we can help you get a staff. Like, it's the possibilities are endless. So, and I'm actually traveling a lot to Connecticut and New Jersey now. I want to do tri-state, then I want to do Florida. So.
What part of Connecticut?
So we're in Greenwich sometimes. Was it Norwalk? I'm in Norwalk a lot. I'm actually
South Norwalk is cool.
Yeah.
My buddy had a place down there, like a little bars and everything like that.
Yeah, it's so cute.
It's a cool
there.
little area.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to Quinnipiac, so I was in New Haven, and I was in
New Haven's good too. We have a lot of people in New Haven.
New Haven's interesting.
So is what's the one with the S? Is it Scranton? No, that's Scranton, Ohio. Just kidding. There's one with an S.
In Connecticut?
Yeah, there's a town with an S that's like
Bridgeport is not awesome.
I think it's over there.
Yeah, Bridgeport's not great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Connecticut's a weird place.
Yeah, their names are weird.
Their names are weird, and the vibes are weird up there.
Yeah.
I've never been more depressed in a winter than in Connecticut.
Well, I mean, my ex was from there, and I'd be like, okay, it was great. Like, he was part of Fairfield, so I'm like, we want to talk about white pickety. I'm like, I cannot be here. I'm like, get me out. I'm not having a family here. No, thank you.
Yeah, Jersey, I'm a pass on. Florida's cool. I like Florida. I don't know if I could live in Florida full time, but I like New York.
Give me a DeSantis, and I won't leave.
I fucks with DeSantis. DeSantis is cool.
I think I want to do it like if I can be there 6 months out of the year, or come back and forth, North Carolina, Texas. I want to take anywhere where there's beauty.
People are so like fixated on, I gotta just move. It's like, I don't know, maybe you get an investment property. Maybe you just get a spot and you can go there 6 months out of the year.
Yeah, you know how many times I was moving to run away from my problems? Please. I'm staying to stick it out. If I make it here, I can make it anywhere.
For sure.
And it's my second, it's 5 years really, but my second year really in being the mentorship program, and I'm killing it. So.
And how do you, so let me ask you this. How does it feel to be able to give people proper guidance in the terms?
It's overwhelming, but I get to go to sleep every night fulfilled. Like, I'm not taking anything from anybody, I'm helping them. And so no one can take that from me. It feels really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels really good. I have a box of, especially if I have like an off day or just a day where, we all want it right now. I want the 50,000 followers and I want to be big and right. But it's cool how I'm watching a name being built for myself, and it's very brandable, so that's cool. But I have a box of letters from my students and testimonials, and when I get them, or just like I see them have a big breakthrough, like I'll read them or I'll look at it, and it's amazing. No one can
feel the emotional connection.
Oh my God, yeah. I cry for them, with them.
The steps that you've done and given them has led them to this path.
Yes.
It's like, obviously they're doing a lot of the hard work.
And they can't believe it. I'm like, but I only helped you. You have to put in the work.
Yeah, you did everything.
Yeah. I just guided you.
That's like the fitness journey.
Yeah.
That's like the trainer and the dietitian, and everybody can only tell you what to do. It's like you have to be able to
You can't eat the donuts.
Yeah, you have to take these actionable items and you actually have to execute them. You can't just, you say that you're going to do them. It's not going to happen. It's not going to get done.
And the best part about it is I only actively take some clients now. Like I have like 2 Mondays a month where I'll take my clients. But I get to make the next generation and give them the people. And there's so much work to go around.
It's nice when you could be picky.
Yes.
It's nice when you could be picky with who you're working with.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like I said, it was actually the first time out of 2 years I really had an unbearable client, where I was like, I got to let you go. Like, you're just not competitive. And you know what? I'm very proud that I did that. And then I actually went on and I made a whole post about it, because you're allowed to do that. You're allowed to let go of a client, a customer, an employee, somebody that doesn't serve you. Get them out.
You have to.
Get them out. Because
your own mental clarity, sanity.
You guys will be married to them for the rest of their life. They will haunt you. They will show up and be like, excuse me, I need you right now. You're like, no, boundaries.
Yeah, that's
boundary the fuck up.
Well, yeah, and I've said this numerous times. That's one of the issues with the stuff that I do. So like, if someone's waiting for a video, someone's waiting for a project, this and that, they'll look at my Instagram.
Leave him alone for a minute. He's busy. Everybody, leave him the fuck alone.
They'll look at my Instagram.
Literally, and he's trying to do stuff for himself to make him feel good so he can edit it the best way for you. So leave him alone.
It's tough. It's tough. They'll see my Instagram and they'll be like,
oh,
hey,
you're fucking around.
Hey, checking in. And it's like.
I mean, I also, too, when I make posts, a lot of the time I'll say, we got a ton of inquiries coming in. I'm so thankful. I appreciate you. I actually have a makeup artist on Long Island I subcontract with for wedding season. I do makeup, too. And she was going away right before our season started. This was just recently. And the poor girl had an anxiety attack because she wasn't answering brides. And they were stoning her. Mm-hmm. And I made a post and I tagged her in it, and then she shared it. And I'm like, thank you. Because I'm like, are you guys kidding me? I understand the instant gratification, but she literally has worked herself into a depression. She needs to go away for 3 days. Do you want her to do your makeup properly and happy and in a great mood? Or do you want her to be a robot? Society's just Nikki's doing jujitsu. He's trying to be the best version of himself.
He's actively choking people out midday.
Yeah, and so he can edit your video faster.
Yeah, it's, that was something that I neglected for years. I neglected the health aspect of things. Yeah. And then it was a spiral. I was in great shape in 2019 because 28, was I in great shape? Yeah, I was in good shape. I was in great shape. 2019, I was really focusing after me and an ex broke up. I was really focusing back to.
I know how that goes.
You know what? She wasn't even bad. It was she had the personality and the emotional capacity of this here table. This thing right here. Oh,
that's so bad. How long were you together?
Only 8 months. It was like a sinus infection.
Oh, mine was 3. Yeah, 3 months and then you're gone, bro.
She was cool. No hard feelings with her. She was cool, but
she wasn't for you.
We wound up just calling each other, and I was just like, yeah, it's not working out.
Yeah, we did that too.
And she was like, yeah. I go, all right. Peace. Have a good one. I don't want to hear from you again.
Yeah.
And that was
it. But
it
it wasn't an I love you, I'm infatuated, and so no, when you're in love.
It was more of an extended fling. So and
she was there for cuffing season.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was winter, but she was the vegan, so I couldn't eat around.
Oh
her.
God. Oh yeah. God bless.
Yeah. So anyway, so I was in good shape after that in 2019. I was focusing on my health. I was getting up early. I was getting all my workouts in. Then I got my office. Everything was on top of the world.
Yeah.
And then I was gonna get the dog. I was looking at Akitas because my dog had just passed away in June. So I'm looking at new dogs. I'm looking at this and that, and I see the Akitas, and I fall in love with them. And so everything was kind of on the right trajectory, and then COVID happened, and it's not to blame COVID.
Of course.
I just sunk into complacency. I sunk into the ability to just lay around, drink whiskey, be drunk, stupid, because now...
The whiskey was your thing, huh? Well, that's a deep one.
No, I love whiskey.
And it pounds it on.
Loved whiskey. I was drinking the peanut butter whiskey.
That stuff's good.
Screwball. It was good stuff.
Yeah.
So we were playing Xbox all day, and then I started seeing that I was like, face getting fatter, body getting fatter. I was like, goddamn. And I was dealing with being around the puppy all day, which wasn't helping because I wanted to be away from him for a few.
Well, yeah.
Because he was
he's a baby. He's an infant.
It was crazy. It was just I was around him all day, and I'm like, Mom, I got to get away from the dog. I love him to death. He's amazing.
Yeah, but I need a hot second.
I need a couple hours that I'm not, but there's nowhere to go.
Right.
Because it's COVID.
Yeah.
So I wound up spending all the stimulus money, all the loot on home gym stuff. So I bought a bunch of Rogue racks from my garage. I bought the assault bike. I bought everything. And my boys would come over and train. But we weren't training at the intensity that I'm training at now.
No,
it was kind of half-assed because we were just to move.
Yeah.
Just to do things. I mean, I bought top of the line everything. I got 4 different power bars. I got the Cadillac bar to do different grips from Kabuki.
Oh, wow.
For chest. I got a landmine so we could do all deadlifts and whatnot. And
look at you.
I got kettlebells ranging from 10 pounds all the way up to 200 something.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah, because we were doing swings with them. We were going ham with the equipment, but the training wasn't there.
Right.
And then out on the other side of COVID, now I'm stressed because like I'm trying to rebuild the business, but things built back up pretty quick for me by 2021.
Yeah.
If I knew that I was going to be on top as quickly as I was again, I would have never sunk into that mode.
Of course, yeah. I know.
Because to us, me and Tyler talk about this all the time, or Tyler and I talk about this all the time. We speak about just how if we knew that things were going to be, we would have relaxed a little bit more. We would have taken that downtime to actually calm, focus on what we want to do.
The universe doesn't work like that.
I know it doesn't work like that.
The universe made you go through it then because now you're on your shit now.
I know, and it's like saying like, oh, if I knew the lottery.
Could you imagine you drinking whiskey now and being in a like you'd be like, what the fuck?
No, but you know what? And then it transitioned into I moved into my apartment. Everything was good.
Right.
Kenji started having health issues. Then I'm not focused on work, and then I'm up and down with like projects. Then I had surgery last year, and then I was dealing with that. So it's like there was all of these things that were just playing against me, and I was allowing myself to sink into these mental states. Yeah. So now on the other side of all of this, I was not taking my health, prepping meals. I wasn't prepping. I was just
You were last.
I was just fucking eating on a whim. My clients and my work was numero uno. And unfortunately for them, it's not like that anymore. I am number one. Yeah. I focus on me. And that doesn't mean that I put projects off. It doesn't mean that I don't work as hard. It means
boundaries.
that I have my workouts in the morning.
Right.
I have my jujitsu that I'm going to be doing.
I'll answer you when I'm done.
I will hit you up when I'm done. I will hit you up when we can. You can't.
People don't like it.
They don't like it.
They hate it.
You liked it when I was
up your ass.
Slave, and I was like, you hit me up at all hours of the day and night, and I just answer you. Now I don't do that. I put my phone on do not disturb all day. I put it on just calls.
My watch is going crazy right now. I don't care. I'll answer you in a minute.
Yeah. Well, when we wrap,
I love all of you, but I need a minute.
Do not disturb right now. Yeah. When we wrap, the only one that gets through is my mom.
Yeah.
So like, it's so imperative that you stick to the plan. Stick to the plan that you set out for yourself. Follow the health guidelines that you want to follow. Does that mean that you're exercising more? Does that mean that you're following?
It could be baby steps.
Exactly.
Just wake up and in the morning, just don't scroll for 10 minutes. Just don't scroll.
Yep. Guilty. We all are.
Yeah, of course. But try that.
Don't scroll. Get up.
Have the sun hit your face for 5 minutes outside.
Human lab, photosynthesis.
Yeah, vitamin D. I open my blinds every morning and I drink some bone broth on an empty stomach and a shot of apple cider vinegar. Mm-hmm. And that's how I start my day.
Just get into these modes. Get into these modes where you are number one, because nobody is ever going to treat you as good as you should be treating yourself. And your clients, they'll come and go.
You'll attract that too once you start doing it.
Oh yeah, they'll come and go. The clients will come and go. They will be there and they'll work with you, and then they'll work with somebody else. And then they'll come back and they'll work with somebody else. Yeah. It's totally fine. Yeah. You have to understand that these things are cyclical and they're going to come and go. But what will not come and go is you have to stay on track to keep yourself at 100% at all times. If you're fat, get fit. Like that's the video I post all the time from that dude, Nick, who was talking to John Bernthal.
I was making so much content this past month that I'm on a vitamin D prescription right now.
Yep.
I've neglected that. They're like, no wonder why you're all out of whack. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I was taking 20.
I was on my shit. Then you go, you got to stay focused.
You have to stay focused. What is your goal? Is your goal to lose weight? Is your goal to maintain your weight? Is your goal to just be happy and healthy?
Yeah.
Is it balance? Is it being able to have a couple of drinks on the weekend?
Is it jujitsu to compete again? Is it?
Exactly. Yeah. These are things that are going to keep you mentally sane and clear as you go through the day. Mm-hmm. Have you done, have you tried an elimination diet to get certain things out of your body that may not be serving you?
Right.
Maybe you feel better when you don't drink.
Or people.
People as well.
Your friends. It's okay.
So big on people. So one of my close friends, we're not talking, but we're just not.
Right, you're on different paths.
We're just not communicating right now.
Yeah.
We're just.
I love all my best friends.
We haven't hit each other up.
Yeah,
we haven't hit each other up. I have no desire to.
Yeah.
Every now and then I'll be like, damn, I wish we were talking, but he's on a different path.
I'm thankful though that they're not pressing me about why aren't you out drinking. I do have a very good circle. So they do say you'll see who your friends are. They all still check in on me more so than I am on them because they see me building, and I appreciate that so much. I love all of them. But they're not like knocking me like, oh, you never come out anymore. So that's a good thing. I'm very thankful for that.
I'll drink a
and
club
those
soda.
people that do that, they're not your friends.
Yeah.
Yet get them out of your life.
Yeah.
I'm a very almost pretty much sober person. I think I had some sparkling white wine with my mom on Mother's Day.
Whoa,
That's
crazy.
it. Yeah, I went ham. That, yeah. And then, I was drinking tea by like the time I got home for dinner and water.
But it's important.
Yeah.
You're sticking
I
to
want to feel good the next day.
You're sticking to your goals, your non-negotiables, the
Yeah.
things that you are deciding are important things and habits in your life that will get you to where you want to be or where you want to go.
Yeah.
And unfortunately for a lot of people, they lean into these vices. Oh, I could never go a day without weed. I could never go a day without a cigarette.
Try it.
Like, yo, you'll be all right, bro. When you were born, you went all that time without ever touching a drug and you were pretty fine.
Right. Like you didn't breastfeed until you were 12.
Can you imagine? Crazy.
Or you may have, but then maybe that's why you need weed. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe that's why you need you need
Yeah,
therapy. Maybe that's why you need some therapy. You don't need weed, you need some therapy. You need to work on those inner demons.
Yeah.
So it's about just being on that higher plane mentally and just holding yourself accountable.
I teach that a lot.
And holding the others around you accountable.
Yeah.
That was one of the things. That's kind of why we haven't spoken, me and this individual. It's because he was on a path. He kind of does self-destructive behaviors, especially with his relationship.
Yeah.
And all that stuff. His situation is very not unique, but it's unique to like a lot of people that I know.
Mm-hmm.
They don't really get themselves in this type of shit. And everybody that I know that knows him, they go, oh, I feel bad for him. Don't. He does this to himself.
Right, like you're doing it yourself,
I've given
buddy.
him the steps to get out of it. I've told him the best ways to do X, Y, Z so he's happy and healthy outside
we
of
could tell them all day.
And he doesn't do it.
Yeah.
And then he'll sit there. I'll have to tell you about this after off camera. But he'll sit there and then he'll be miserable again.
Yeah.
And I'm just
I can't deal with that energy.
And I'm not helping you.
I leave.
I'm not helping you anymore, bro. Just like you deal with that shit yourself then. You've had the opportunities to do things differently. You've had the ability to change your environment and be
Numerous
better.
times.
Numerous.
Yeah.
Be better and be in a better situation. You've chosen not to, and
Yeah.
you've chosen to make excuses.
Yeah.
The same way I've made excuses for years.
Right.
Every winter, spring, I've said, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna get shredded again. I'm gonna get in shape." And then I don't track my food.
Of course.
And then I'm missing workouts, and I'm bullshitting, and I'm having beers, and I'm getting Sour Patch Kids from this corner store. Like I'm lying to myself. And by lying to myself, my self-confidence and my self-worth goes down little pegs every single time.
Yeah.
Fuck that, yo. If I say I'm going to do something, I'm holding that promise to myself. If I say I'm going to get up
100%.
at 5 a.m. every fucking day, I'm going to get up
gonna
at
do that.
5 a.m. every fucking day.
Yeah.
Even on the weekends. I'm going to walk the dog. So give me extra time to give him more exercise. It is what it is. But you have to hold yourself accountable.
Yeah.
You can't be mad at a situation that you've put yourself in, that you refuse to change. And you're
Right.
given the tools to get out of said situation, but instead you just bitch about the situation and never change anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just try it. Like, just actually try it and see if it changes anything. And if it doesn't, then I'm an asshole.
That's my passionate speaking, by the way, because everybody on TikTok was making fun of me. They're like,
Why?
They're like,
I can't with them.
No, they're awesome. Dude seems stressed. Some dude said, dude's talking about not being stressed, but he seems stressed. I'm like, yo, bro, that's my
No,
passionate.
passionate.
My
I'm a
passionate
Scorpio,
voice.
so you want to know passion, just there it is in a nutshell.
I actually have this one, which is hysterical. This dude commented this morning. He had me cry. So that was one of the things I want to say. So like with the haters and shit like that, putting yourself
it's
out
coming
there,
for me,
you're putting yourself out there. You're gonna.
They
get
always
it.
talk about my moles. I'm like, God, I was born with them.
Cool, good
Leave me
story,
alone.
bro.
You don't like it?
Who gives a fuck? Yeah, if you don't like it, scroll.
I'm like, if it's not that, then it's our weight. If it's not our weight, it's our hair color.
Yeah, it's
Who
like,
gives a
fuck you
shit?
guys. So this dude commented on me. He said, old goofy ass Destiny Child little boy. You got to say some shit like that. You
At least he mentioned the 90s.
Yeah, well, he said, you definitely stressed. I said, ready? This is what I said. I said, yo, watch your mouth. Destiny's Child is fire. Like, I have fun with these people. Like, I used to take it
Half of
offensively.
them are bots that are on crack anyway.
I used to take it offensively. I don't care anymore. Like, I laugh. I twist the words around them to make them look stupid.
Yeah.
Dre said it best.
Oh, yeah.
I don't get rid of any hater comments and I don't respond to hater comments because leaving that comment there says more about them than it will ever say about me, whatever they said to me.
And Dre has grown a lot.
Yes.
He's grown a lot. I mean, I remember Dre used to know me since I'm 15. So I used to see him while out when he would come visit me at the bar. He's grown up a lot. Shout out to Dre.
Dre is awesome.
Yeah.
I think I'm actually going to bust down an episode with him on Friday.
He's competing soon, right? Did he go on stage? Isn't it like 2 weeks, 3, 4?
The New York Pro?
I think so.
Is he doing the New York Pro?
I don't know. I think so.
He said he wanted to do an episode this week.
Maybe I could be having my days mixed up.
Fucking Dre's always in shape. It's a bunch of bullshit.
The guy could wake up and be in shape.
I'm just always trying to see, like, dude, do you ever not look good? Like, stop being mad.
He is literally an alien.
Yeah, stop being mad selfish and just give me an ab. Let me
Jamal's
see.
pretty ripped like that too, no? They're both like their own species of human.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, what did Joy say?
Yeah.
He laughed at me saying a breast. I was like, I guess that's a word. I guess that's the word. I don't even know. But yeah, all good, amazing stuff. How can people contact you? Like, what's the best way?
So I have obviously TheSkinJeanie _ it's a J, like jeans, like because the other one was.
I was going to ask you, why'd you do that instead of a G?
So like I wanted to trademark it, and I can't be the genie in a bottle, so I had to be Jeanie like jeans. So I want to be a brand, right? I'm building a brand. So for me to have it be mine and trademark it, I had to be the J.
Gotcha.
But I kind of like that because my grandfather's name started with, it's John Scarbeck. So, so you guys can contact me, DM me. We have Facebook, Instagram, what is it, TikTok, any form. I have a website you could drop your email at, skinjeanie.net.
Cool.
Yeah.
And coaching, anything like that. Would you do esthetician work still?
So I do. I do 2 people a month. Well, I do 2 days out of the month that I still do microneedling, dermaplaning, lashes on, and I do wedding season every year. So I actually want to set that up with you. We're going to get you on and do something.
Okay.
We're going to take care of Nikki
stuff
over there. But yeah, if you guys want to get in, I will set you up with one of my girls. I have them all over. My geographic network is from Nassau to Suffolk. They're amazing. They've been trained by the best. So I can, if I'm not available, I have them available for you. I can either have them come to your home if that's what you want, or they have beautiful places of their own. And we're just growing. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm excited to continue seeing you grow and do your thing, especially now that we're more connected.
Yes, definitely. I'm so happy you had me on.
It was an absolute pleasure. I want to have you back on. We'll talk more about, some of the routines that you recommend and whatnot. I actually have a connection for you that somebody that needs an esthetician.
Yeah, 100%.
So I'm gonna talk to you about that.
We help you
afterwards.
from like the inside out. I have a lot of people that don't leave their home and have dealt with Accutane and stuff that really destroys people. And we literally work from nutrition inside out. We get you to the goal of let's fix the root cause and help you get there for prom, for your wedding, for just if you want to go out of your house and feel confident again. So
love that. That's so important.
Yeah.
This has been episode 52. That's what I was checking. It's been a minute.
Lucky number 52.
It's been a minute since I did. So I was like, which number is this one? I had to check. I'm like, okay, it's 52. So this is going to be a 52 with Stephanie, TheSkinJeanie.
Yeah.
I appreciate you for real.
Thank you so much.
And I appreciate y'all for fucking with us and hanging out. If you have any questions, please reach out directly to her. Don't ask me. I might not know the question. I want you guys to just hit her up directly.
Ask us anything. We got you.
Yes, exactly. But on that note, I appreciate y'all. Peace.